All right, this time we'll take a look at some examples in the Cascade part of cascading style sheets. So we have our styles over here, relatively simple. Header 1 style is called out here, color blue. Header 1 style, color red, color blue. And so from the specificity rules that we've already learned, you can see that this would be the one that applies in source order. Let's take a look at index.html. So H1, no decoration whatsoever, no local style. It has to take this one here, and you can see that it's blue. The next heading style, it also takes the closest style, but it takes a different one because a local style, very local, probably the most local style sheet available is the one you can define in the attribute of the tag itself. And so that is closest, so that in source order, so that takes that one. So here we're going to look at now specificity. So specificity here is calls out a class, main heading, and specificity wins. You can see this is green. And so even though this style is above, main heading is above everything in this HTML file, because this particular tag called out that, specificity wins in that case, and it's specifically main heading, and so the color turns out to be dark green. Let's see green there. Okay, and dipping our toe a little bit into the more complex specificity example is the next example. So here I have both the class, main heading, like this one, but I also have the ID that says unique, and unique calls for something different than the main heading one. So it's actually, since the ID can appear only on one element in an HTML page officially, the class can appear as a category, and it can appear in any type of tag and in multiple ways on your HTML page. So the ID tag is more specific. But remember, you can in CSS selectors, you can call out all sorts of selectors that call out not only elements, but also attributes within those elements. So there's specificity rules, but I think if you keep in mind this simple example, relatively simple example, it'll do you well for 98.5% of the cases. So that's CSS, the cascading part of CSS. See you in the next lecture.